Subscribe, follow, like, share. Last Bell Boxing. These guys give you all the exclusives, and next time I get my fight date, it's going to be exclusive on here as well. So make sure you give them all a follow.
Hello, welcome to the latest special edition of Last Bell Boxing, joined by a regular pundit. I'll call you Sean. You're a pundit now. Sean from Brighton. How you doing, fella?
Yeah, very well, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, and let's see this video age as well, Sean. What's your prediction for Brighton Tottenham today?
I'll take a 1-1 draw.
Okay, so you heard it here first. So moving on to boxing talk. So now on a week since the dust has settled from Canelo versus Bud Crawford, we thought we'd have a quick chat about what we think's next for Canelo, because not as easy as it seems. He's used to big purses, obviously coming off a loss. Very, very interesting. Still put at number 1 in the WBC for super middleweights. So, Sean, where do you think he goes next?
Well, I think the only fight for him really is the rematch. As you alluded to, Kyle, there, he's used to such big purses, big stadium fights. Other than Benavidez, which I can't see happening, there's not a lot of fights for him now, really. I mean, I don't think he'll want to end his career on that, but I've seen some suggestion, perhaps, that he might call it a day.
Rematch? Being mooted over there?
Yeah, I mean, that's the obvious one, isn't it, really? Because I think it done 150 million on Netflix, or reportedly, that's how many people watched it. Yeah, so they'll obviously want to rerun that for those reasons. There's money for everyone to be made. I don't see the result changing, to be honest. I think Crawford just outboxes him. He's just a superior boxer. And as we said a few times now, Canelo's perhaps on the slide. It's no secret. He's at the back echelon on his career. So I think it will just be another routine night for Crawford if they was to run it back.
Yeah, Canelo really is in a bit of a pickle, to use the UK term, isn't it? Because he ain't going to go and fight a British super middleweight. I know he's keen to come over to the UK, but is the money there? Although I would argue, Sean, that he could throw Canelo in with anyone at Wembley and he'll sell Wembley out. So I'm debating myself, to be honest. Does he go up to 175 and fight a Yard or a Bivol? Can't really see much appetite in that, to be honest. I'm leaning towards the rematch at the minute because he's got a bit of an ego, rightfully so, Canelo. So he'll want to avenge that defeat. He's already come out and said that he was disappointed with his performance. And you can see in the ring that he was getting frustrated, couldn't he, Sean? Banging his gloves. And but I agree with you. Crawford's probably just a bit too good. Is his kryptonite into? So, interesting. He has mentioned he wants to fight in the UK. Uncle Turkey could. I'm just wondering who the dance partner is.
Yeah, well, although it won't be for a world title, they've got a natural fighter that weight they can make with Hamza Shiraz or even Eubank Jr. He's always sort of shouted his name, isn't he? So there's two possible people. They'll both sell out Wembley, no question. Canelo would do that shadow boxing, I think. So the opponent, having the Brits obviously the advantage. So one of those two I can see happening.
People might think this is pie in the sky. They might get hammered for this in the comments, but I'm going to throw it in there. Could it even be a bit of a Callum Simpson moment?
Potentially. I mean, that obviously he'll be well paid for that, but that's obviously a much cheaper opponent and pair someone like Hamza Shiraz or Eubank Jr. would command. So yeah, that's actually not a bad shout at all, really.
Yeah, I'm thinking Shiraz is a good shot because obviously he's a Riyadh season ambassador. So Uncle Turkey might throw a few quid behind that. But that's likely to be in Riyadh, isn't it? If they fight. Why would you have a Riyadh ambassador and then put the fight in Wembley at London? But he hasn't got that many options, has he? Not credible anyway.
No, I guess the other one that could happen, but would there be appetite for it? And that's the Callum Smith rematch.
Yeah. At 168 though, or 175.
Why not do it at a catch weight in between? I think Canelo could probably come up to maybe 170. I presume Callum Smith can make 170. So why not do it at that weight?
Yeah, and I know Eddie is keen to get Callum Smith out at Anfield. You know, put up some. If you could get a Nick Ball, which isn't too far from the realms of possibility now, right? With the way relationships are, maybe Nick Ball on the undercard. That's not a bad shout. I'm leaning towards rematch with Bud Crawford. The next one would be Eubank Jr. if he beats Ben. I can't see too many past that. I don't think for 1 minute Sean is going to jump in with Hamza Shiraz. Although it would be fair to say, Sean, wouldn't it, that he hasn't looked dynamite at 168 at the minute, has he?
Yeah, he obviously had the good win against Belanga, didn't he? Where he stopped him, which I think took a few by surprise. But no, I've always thought he has blown a bit hot and cold, Shiraz. He obviously had that bad performance against Bradley Skeet, wasn't it? When he arguably lost that fight. So overall, he's blowing hot and cold at times, really. I don't put him at the elite like some people rank him and say he's going to be the next sort of superstar. I don't think he's that good, but he's a well-level fighter, I would suggest.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all things Canelo then, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Post your comments in on all our social platforms. We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and all the others. Just keep in mind. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been Last Bell Boxing, proudly sponsored by Shaw Building Services and SC Travel Limited. Sean, thanks for your input. We'll see you on the next video.